Coach, how'd that feel? Another comeback victory.
Oh, you know, it's great for our offense. It's great for our bullpen. I think you have to do that in the postseason. It's just not a straight line to a national championship. And there are bumps, there's angles, there's mountains, there's molehills. It's just not easy. And you know, I think if there's anything this team has learned is how to grind it out. You know, we've had some tough games this year. We've fallen behind early, but the ability to come back and put up some crooked numbers there late, it says a lot about our team. It says a lot about our bullpen, that we got guys that can put zeros up, and obviously it says a lot about the maturity of our offense, that we could stay relaxed, not try to do too much, and just chip away, and we obviously did that today.
To get to that 40-win mark, I know you look big, but that's a really benchmark kind of number.
It is. It's you know, it used to be on our team goals, 40 wins, and then we started pumping out a few 50-win seasons, and then it became 50. And I remember thinking, man, I don't ever want to look past 40. I mean, you only get 56 regular season games. I'm going to make Garrett do some work and let me know how many teams in the country got 40 wins right now. Because, I mean, is it 10? Is it 20? There's 300 Division I teams. To have 40 wins, I mean, what an accomplishment. And like I always say, you got to fight weather. You got to change the games. You got to fight slumps. You got classes. You got injuries. You got so many obstacles to put the body of work that we put in and come out with 40 wins. I'm super proud of this group. Really excited and happy for them, and looking forward to the postseason.
A lot can be said about momentum going into the postseason. And the way this series went, a couple comebacks, a shutout, a sweep, it's got to feel pretty good going into the ACC with that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, you know, we've picked our day off. We've been the #1 seed. That stuff don't matter. You know, you got 12 really good teams. Anyone can win this tournament. You just got to do what you do. You just got to compete, stick to the process, and play good baseball. Only one team will win this tournament. But, you know, 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 are going to get to play in the NCAAs, and hopefully one of those will be a team from the ACC that wins a national championship.
Josh, both of those balls off the bat, you knew they were pretty much gone, but just talk about the role that he is on right now, and it continues every day.
He's been great. You know, we moved him to the 5-hole. That was the coaches had discussed it. Josh asked for it. I try to listen to my players and try to help them succeed, and just put him in a spot where he could drive in runs, and it's been great. You know, I don't know if that's the last at bat he'll have at Jim Patterson Stadium, but man, that's a sweet one to remember if it is. And if it's not, then I'm sure he'll have some more really good at-bats here. Who knows? Anything can happen in these next few weeks.
Dan, with Brian, just talk about coming in that situation with runners on, and then not just that inning, but the entire game that he gave you.
Well, you know, my gosh, Bobby Miller has been dominant. I don't know if he's had a hiccup, really. And so maybe it's healthy that he has a little hiccup so he can get sharp before the postseason. It does give an opportunity for our bullpen. And Hoeing has been phenomenal in that role. That's not an easy role. That, hey, get ready, come in. The other team's got all the momentum. They're swinging it well. They got the lead. He put up like 5 zeros in a row, or 4, and allows the offense to settle in. So, you know, it's what we keep preaching. We flip the ball to guys in the bullpen because we trust them. We bring guys off the bench because we trust them. These guys are doing it together. I mean, it's a team effort, and I've, you know, just from a regular season coming to an end, man, this is really proud of this group. I mean, this was not a straight line, and we went through our issues and adversity, but I mean, here we are. It feels like it's 90 degrees. We just won 40 games, and we're going to the ACC tournament, and who knows what will happen in the postseason. But like I told that team out there, we believe they can win a national championship. They have to believe it. And so we just need to keep preparing and go out there and play good baseball.
Josh mentioned that at some point there was a meeting, I don't know if it was a players-only meeting or what, that said, you know, where they discussed getting rid of the individual accolades or the selfishness. Were you aware of that, and did you notice the difference since then?
I mean, I know. I think every team probably has some player meetings throughout the years. You know, I think in our program, they talk a lot about ownership. At the end of the day, it comes down to those guys, and we always say the front of the room has to lead the back of the room, and that means, you know, guys have to step up, speak their mind, and coach these guys. These guys have to be accountable to each other. I say it all the time, love is a big word in our program, and these guys love each other, and it's fun. It's fun seeing these guys cheer for each other, root for each other. Yeah, they're competitive and they're fighting for spots. In the first half of the year, you can see where guys are trying to get their own, but you can see there's a moment where they kind of bond together and say, all right, enough of that. That's probably after they had that meeting, and they really played for each other. That's fun. That's fun. You know, I want to give a shout out to Coach Davenport, because he did our chapel today. He spoke to the team, and he talked about the opportunity of doing great things. I opened up the interview with showing the 2011 National Championship dog pile, and I said, guys, there's no music and there's nobody talking. Watch the celebration. And then we introduced Coach Davenport, and his energy and enthusiasm and his words were great to our kids. And we took that challenge and that opportunity to run out there and play with that energy, and worked out today.